day is a greatest pride. The God of heaven is with us, and the one with God is majority. Say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for your love for your children, for your shield on us, for guiding us, for the wisdom, for the courage. Thank you, Lord. I'm so happy in this month of February. Right now, I'm going to have to call upon our Deputy Prime Minister and the Chief of Staff of the United States of Biafra, who is now the acting head of state of the United States of Biafra. Thank you, Wanyama. Biafrans love you. Be not weary. Do not relent. Ani no ya. Neje. Ndeo.
Thank you so very much, Fandi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Thank you, Fandi. That was so good. Thank you so much, Yesenia. Thank you. Good job. Thank you so much, dear friends. Thank you for joining us again today. Thank you so very much, Fandi, for that wonderful opening speech. I mean, sometimes we just, every now and then, wonder why the restoration of our nation never came all this while. And when Biafra see what is going on right now, they understood why the United States of Biafra, the Biafra freedom was never realized. Thank you so much, Honorable Christopher, for what you do, holding down before we start. Thank you so much, Biafrans, for joining us. Thank you all. Truly appreciate that. As I was saying, thank you so much, Honorable Steve, for that opening prayer. Thank you so much, all the cabinet members here present, and Biafrans, our friends of Biafrans. Yeah, sometimes you wonder why all this while God planned the restoration of Biafra the way it is up till this moment. There's a reason for that. Life is a race. You play yours, you rest. You pass the baton to the person whom you trust is going to deliver your plans. There might be bumps on the way. There might be distractions. There might be distractors. But sometimes in my quiet moment, I think about how the level that illiteracy, ignorance, mediocrity, the harm it has come to Biafrans. When you think about how the lack of exposure, the lack of experience, the lack of education, the lack of principles, lack lack of integrity, when you think of the harm and the danger it has done to this struggle, to our movement, when you think about what has, Famdi, I heard you when you were talking about Biafrans rising up to do what they need to do, and then it takes me to the reason why those Biafrans that ordinarily will step up for this freedom, for this restoration, for this final phase, we begin to see the reason why some of them never really wanted to step up. Not that they don't want. 99.999% of every Biafran, they want the freedom of Biafra, just like they exhibited at Main Market Onisha when the delegitimized Sogodo was trying to flex his little muscles. But when you see how illiteracy, mediocrity has become a thorn in the freedom movement, they begin to understand why majority of Biafrans that could ordinarily be part of this freedom decide to stay on the fence, not that they are not following. They are fully following. That is why the restoration of our nation at this time requires a certain caliber of individuals. It requires certain kind of people. It requires certain level of Biafrans in the forefront. It sure does require that. It sure does require Biafrans that are just okay. You can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Yes, just a minute, Your Excellency. Please, those who have the co-host, mind the way you move the mouse. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much. So, the restoration of our freedom, which we, like Fandi has said, very, very successfully doing, requires Biafrans that it's not just being Biafran, it requires people, men and women of integrity, class, and character, discipline, and economic stability. It requires Biafrans that knows the deep nature of our freedom restoration. That is why we are so successful. Just like Famti has said, our Prime Minister, our Obatu, His Excellency, Anunkankampi. The reason for the season, that's what he is. Nobody knows Simon ever. Many that are pretending to know him, they have no clue. Now, he is the reason for the season. When some try to make this freedom movement a battle battle for Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu, a battle between what Opatobi is propagating and what Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu was propagating. And when I remember one word, one time, that the people disturbing him, Opatobi, are really all those that pretended to follow him from the DOS, IPO, the organization, and all that. And that is actually the fact. That's the fact. Because when you're dealing with people who have no shame, no integrity, no class, no character, you begin to wonder, figure out how to navigate to ensure that our freedom is fully restored without this external chaos. Because that's what they are. External chaos at every corner, every step of the way. Not just the lack of discipline. And sometimes I heard, was it Kai television? Some Kai was talking the other day. I was watching him and I heard what he said, DPM, it's not a time to give up. This is a time to continue to this irrelevant people. We must make them irrelevant. And I do understand where he was coming from. This thing you see some of them do, this struggle, this fight, this, this chaos is the reason why genuine people never come into our freedom movement. But we thank God we've overcome this. We've overcome that. And as Salvatore has said, do not let anything move you, just be focused. And that's what exactly I'm going to be doing. That focus is what every genuine girlfriend needs. We must be focused. Because the enemy comes from different angles, with different stories, with different distractions. But we must be focused. That focus is what is giving them sleepless night. We must be focused. Because they don't know a lot. They don't know a lot. And you won't blame them because sometimes it's just the much they know that they are doing. You can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. They don't have so much. They don't have so many things. So they are limited to what they can offer. So that is why this area where we are right now in our restoration has been moved into the hands of Biafrans to pilot this project and make sure we remove every element of the delegitimized governors in Biafra territory. There's already a lot of push and a lot of move towards that. For most of the 40 state governors, what they are doing. Again, the United States of Biafra have stabilized the polity in that part of the world. We've stabilized that part of the world. And genuine Biafrans, they are fully aware that we've stabilized most of our Biafran territory. Our major task right now is to ensure that any element of Nigeria in Biafra land, they leave our country. We are doing that every day by putting the major structures in our new nation to protect our people and protect our territory. Nigeria is currently occupying a foreign territory. So we will continue to build on ensuring that we have everything we need to protect our people and protect our nation from the reintegrated terrorists that were brought into our land by the Nigerian state. Everyone listening to me is fully aware that the Nigerian state, they reintegrate and rehabilitate known terrorists from all over the world inside Nigeria. They ship some of these reintegrated terrorists into Biafra territory. They recruit these reintegrated terrorists into the Nigerian military and police and security forces. Give them AK-47, ship them to different parts of Nigeria, different parts of Biafra territory where they do not agree with the terrorists. All these killings you are hearing about, all these murders in different parts of Nigeria and in different parts of Biafra territory are clash between the reintegrated terrorists whom the Nigerian state, currently led by Tinubu and the wife, gave land. They gave them land where to settle. They gave them lands to settle. When the indigenes start complaining, those reintegrated terrorists, they start attacking the indigene. And the Nigerian state, the military, those security, they back up those reintegrated terrorists. Because what? Majority of those people in the Nigerian military police are reintegrated terrorists. That is as simple as that. There's nothing more. So anyway, you hear communal clash, community clash, farmer-herder clash, there is nothing like that. These are the reintegrated terrorists brought in by Tinubu. They gave them land. They gave them communal lands after they collude with the heads, with the chiefs, with the legitimized governors, with the community leaders to buy lands. They buy those lands and give it to those reintegrated terrorists. And they continue their mayhem. When the indigenous communities complain, like the destruction of their farmland by the cows that these guys move around with, by the killing, by the disappearance of innocent indigenous Biafrans and Nigerians, when they complain, these reintegrated terrorists, they start attacking them because they have sophisticated weapons given to them by the Nigerian state. They know that terrorists go around with sophisticated weapons. When the indigenous people continue to complain, the Nigerian state will send the reintegrated terrorists that are now in the military and police. And when they go into those communities, what do you think they will do? They will join in the attack of the indigenous and rescue the terrorists. That is why Nigeria dissolution and failure and collapse is unstoppable, because the terrorists have taken over. The Nigerian politicians cannot control the killing by the reintegrated terrorists. We all saw what happened in Kwara State, where I think the number has reached over 230. Remember, Nigeria State always undermine the numbers. If they tell you 170 multiplied by 3, that is the number of people that have been massacred. So in the state of Kwara, some reports say 160, some 170, some say 230. But I'm telling you, the minimum number you hear, if they say 170, you multiply by 3. That is the number of people, indigenous Kwara citizens, that were murdered by the reintegrated terrorists brought by Christopher Musa and Tinubu into that part of the world. These deaths include children, innocent children, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I was watching bodies, young girls, young adults, young males, men, women, mothers, murdered by Christopher Musa and Tinubu using the reintegrated terrorists, which they have a policy to accommodate inside Nigeria and in Biafra territory. So this is a systemic problem that only the collapse of Nigeria will solve. The dissolution of Nigeria is already happening. No one can stop that. The only thing that will happen to save lives in that entity is an absolute collapse of the Nigerian state. Nothing else. But thank God the United States of Biafra has been declared on November 29th, 2024. Those legal documents that our Prime Minister prepared us to get in Finland, when he prepared for our independence from January 2024 to November 2024, when Finland took it away, those documents you want us to have, we already have it. It is under my custody as the Chief of Staff of the Biafra Republic government in exile, and the Deputy Prime Minister to the United States of Biafra, and the Deputy Prime Minister to the Biafra de facto homeland. That document is under the custody of the United States of Biafra government as we speak. There's nothing else anywhere existing in any form or shape. That is why they are fighting. That is why the distractors are fighting me every second. The Prime Minister has warned them to stop calling my name when they do programs. He has warned them several times after they took him away. But will they stop? No. They won't stop. They never respected our Prime Minister. No, they never. No. They were just scared of him when he was around us. They were afraid of him, but they were not respecting him. It's two difference. There's a difference between being scared of somebody and respecting the person. And respecting that which the person stands for. They never respected Obato. They never respected that which he was planning. They never respected that nation which he was building. That was why immediately he left, all hell were let loose. But those things don't move. You don't move the genuine Biafra. You don't move. The lies they do, the propagation, the lies, the misinformation, the Biafrans already know. %90 of what come out from these people mouth, they are lies. All lies. How can you continue to contend with people who continuously lie? How? Tell me how. Tell me how. That is why they are how they are, what they are. You know, when you look at them, you will see where they are, how they are. The DM always tell them, you fight those who are better than you in every ramification. And they know it. They know it. From the lies that Orabueze Fulani grew up in the streets of Kano And then when she was 16, they moved her to America, where she from those lies to different lies. Her father was a cattle rearer or the one or somewhere. From the lies that, the PM never make that surrogate. From the lies that, the PM told us not to declare. From the lies, and when you keep listening and you, from the lies, PM never talked to her. PM will never talk to her. From the lies to, they have no clue who the PM is. They don't have a clue. They have no clue. If they say PM never talked to me, okay, that's fine. Reference, I will tell you, I talked to the Prime Minister as needed. Their propaganda and their lies, they feed on that. The gossips they do behind the scene that some of them bring to the open. That is the chaos they used to give the Prime Minister. That was how chaotic they were. When they tried to kill the poor guy when he was so sick, it was this kind of chaos, which some of us have refused to be dragged into. Never. And because we refuse to be dragged into that chaos, they label somebody. They will say, oh, she's so wicked. Oh, her heart is, How can you accommodate people who will outrightly lie, frame something against? How can you work with such men and women that have no integrity? Not in this Biafra we are becoming. No. To be a great disservice, not just to the Prime Minister, but also to the Biafra people. So when we ignore them to continue to stay, like the PM has said, everyone stay where you are. Those that do understand that was classical. Don't go and disturb her. Stay where you are. That is just a clear instruction. Don't go near her. Don't disturb her. Stay where you are. All of you, if you believe you have something, continue doing that. Opportunity is coming out. The PM is coming out. That was a clear message. But in each of all these, anytime there's something that we know that is hampering, is going to be a problem that persisted, we will bring it up to their friends to be fully aware of that. Now that it's not being taken care of, it's being taken care of, but it's also to ensure that the distractors stop disturbing over the weekend. He has been through a lot. He has been through a lot, as you just know. You can't be carrying all your chaos to somebody who is in jail. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. When he was outside, all this chaos they were carrying around to him, all the lies, all the propaganda, all the misinformation, he has to be dealing with this on a daily basis. Probably God wanted him to just rest from this confusionist. Even at that, would they allow him to rest? No, they won't. Because they have no boundaries, no respect, no character, no discipline, no discipline. No discipline. We cannot build a nation that has no discipline. No, we cannot. even when he gives instruction to them, they won't obey. They won't obey. And then people ask me, why can't you just allow them? Why can't you make peace with people? Just, you know. And somebody want me to go through this chaos that my minister is going through. No. I don't think there's any Biafran that is this chaos. That is why the DPM said, stay where you are, continue doing what you are doing, so that the distraction will be contained to them and what they are doing. Biafrans already know them. That distraction must be contained. And that's the best. Even though there are other things involved. But the PM knows how chaotic these individuals are. How manipulative they are. Very manipulative. Always disturbing. Always disturbing. Always disturbing. I don't know any leader that will be successful that will need these areas. I doubt it. I doubt it. So we highlighted so much on the PM's appeal case, which is ongoing. We are working on that, on so many things in different areas as a government, at the government level, on the international level, and also at the local level to ensure that the PM gets the justice that he deserves, not influenced by these chaotic individuals. Always force their way to him. They force their way to him every step of the way. I can tell you that. They don't know Prime Minister Simon Ever. I have no clue. They don't know him. They have no clue. But Biafrans, we are doing great. We are doing very well. I don't want to go much today because we already said all the things that we're supposed to do the other day when we talked about the appeal. So we just want to ensure that we continue to be focused and we continue to make sure we maintain the integrity of this new nation and the leadership. That is very, very important, both at home and abroad, everywhere. And the Biafrans are attesting to that. They are attesting to that. The discipline you see among the United States of Biafra Division Elite Squad is unparalleled. The education they get has made them one of the best defense team you can see anywhere in that part of the country. I'm telling you, one of the best in the world. You don't hear them talk. They don't make noise. They can't engage, even at the level that the so-called people, some of the ex-breaking people, even at the level that some of them do operate, even you can see any of the USD and its code envisioned being at that level. No. All that noise is a distraction to what we do, and we don't need that. So we will continue to use our money, our fundraising to build our nation. We are a nation. We declared our independence on November the 29th, 2024 in Latin Finland. The United States of Biafra is on the world map. We are making a lot of strides, that is baffling evil. Our lobbyists, our attorneys, they are so impressed with what we are doing. That's why just to continue and maintain what we are doing very, very well. We've written to Nigeria to leave the Biafra territory. We've informed all our international allies about the forceful occupation of the Nigerian state in Biafra land. The 40 state governors have been put on alert to ensure that every element of the Nigerian state is removed from Biafra land. The ambition they lead has also been put alert. I'm using this opportunity again to call the Nigerian state, their security, their army, their police in Biafra territory to please withdraw from the Biafra territory. We have 40 states. The other day, I took our time to post the 40 states of Biafra. Those of you that are still confused, go through those states and ensure if you're working for Nigeria, you are not in those environments. Make sure you are not in those states. If you're Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Nigerian force, Nigerian security, you must leave Biafra land. We are a free nation. We have declared our independence. We are both at home and we have our government in exile, the Biafra Republic government in exile, of which I currently am the one in charge. As the chief of staff, like Famdi rightly said before our prime minister was taken, like she rightly said, our prime minister already had the whole structure of our new nation. That structure is there. Anyone saying anything different from that is just a distraction. Pay no attention to that. So I am calling on anyone, any police, any army working, representing Nigeria. You must leave the 40 state of Biafra land. You must leave our land. Because what you are doing is killing our people. You are holding Nnamdi Kanu. You killed Nnamdi Kanu. Actually, you sentenced him to death. You just said because of what the world said. That's why you sentenced him to life. So we are not friends. United States of Biafra and Nigeria has nothing in common. We are not friends. We are Christians. Nigerian government is Muslim. Nigeria has been declared as the most dangerous country in the world for Christians to live. So they must leave our Christian neighborhood. I'm calling on anyone working under the Nigeria state. You must leave Biafra land. It is for your own good. If you are inside Biafra land, you must contact the state governor of the state where you are. If you want to start working for the United States of Biafra, you must contact the state governor who will contact the commanders in charge of that state and have a talk with you. That is the only way. That is the only way we will accommodate you in Biafra territory. Contact the 40 state governors in your own state. And if you want to be part of building our new nation, you are welcome. Yes, you are. But if you are a Nigerian military, Nigerian police, or the reintegrated terrorists, Nigeria brought into Biafra land, you're wearing Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian security, you are propagating Nigerian politics inside Biafra land with the legitimized governors. You inside Biafra land. You must stop immediately. You must stop. You must stop. And you must leave our nation. If you are a Fulani herdsman in Biafra land, you must carry your cows and leave immediately in Biafra land, temporarily. We want all Fulani herders to leave the Biafra territory temporarily. This will enable us, Biafrans, to discover those reintegrated terrorists brought into our community, peaceful community, by the Nigerian state. We want to fish them out. So if you're a Fulani herdsman, whatever, you must leave Biafra land. You should start moving either to the west or to the north. I am peacefully calling you to leave. If you are a Biafran, military, soldier, police, security, working under the Nigerian state, you must resign immediately. You must resign from Nigeria immediately and meet your state governors or your state commanders. It is important you do this because Nigeria is currently forcefully, illegally occupying our land. We have peacefully told them to leave, but they are forcefully staying there. So we will use everything legally within our power to protect our people from these Nigerian elements that are killing our people, kidnapping them, locking them up in DSS dungeons, in police stations, in military barracks, killing them, forcefully removing our people, burning our homes, burning our lands, killing our children, our women, raping our young girls. And beyond any score, we stop that. We protect our people. So on that note from me, I welcome everyone again. We know that our Nnamdi has filed his appeal from the death sentence, which I call it metaphorically. I call that death sentence. That is what the Nigerian state gave him. So we know he has appealed. But more importantly, we must be able to do that as a nation to rescue our neighbor from the hand of the terrorist state of Nigeria. That is why we are moving quickly to safeguard our nation, to secure our land and protect our people and protect our environment. As I've told our sister nation, Nigeria, I am open for discussions. Let us do this quickly, to maintain peace on both sides, Biafrans are for peace. I am all for peace. But to maintain peace, you must prepare for war. So from D, on that note, Biafrans, thank you so much. Let's go to the fundraising.